Sorry, are we going? Every stream, I would say nearly without fail, someone comes in and says, what's the best way to make gold in TBC? Or what things should I buy in Classic that are going to carry over nicely into TBC? Now, it's quite a difficult one. You got to remember, I am a gambling man. You know, I like to take risks. But we don't know how a TBC is going to launch, do we? I mean, that's the key. As in, we don't know what the release is going to look like. People are saying fresh. People are saying 58 pre-mades. Obviously, we know how it's going to really go. You're just going to carry on from 60 to 70 on the character you're playing now. No gold caps, no nothing. That's the way I see it going. But, you know, feel free to shoot me down in the comments. Actually, please do. Speaking of, obviously, questions coming up in the stream, make sure you follow me over on twitch.tv/ScottyJ87. We have fun, we have bants, we have beers, or gin and tonic in this case. But you know what I'm saying, we have fun. There's a Patreon as well, but can't even be asked talking about that in this video. It's in the description. If you want to support the channel, feel free. Everything's appreciated. Obviously, main thing, make sure you like, subscribe, check out the giveaway. So I'm also, in every video I'm mentioning it, that if we hit 5k subs before Christmas Day, I'm going to do a £100 Amazon voucher on top of a 6-month game time giveaway as well, which naturally is going to happen whenever we hit 5k subs, even if it's next Christmas. But if we hit 5k before this Christmas, then it'll be a £100 Amazon giveaway as well. I've seen so many bad videos on YouTube. Obviously, you might not think this one's very good, which everyone's entitled to their opinion. But when I say bad videos, I mean videos about this topic that we're talking about now. So, you know, things that you should buy. And there's so much bad information out there. Well, I'm not saying it's bad. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But mine's right and theirs is wrong. So I'm going to call those channels out. So we've got... No, not really. But although it would be quite funny to just get loads of hate directed at me because, you know, slagging other content creators off. But I would never do that. You know, everyone's videos all take lots of effort. You know, I appreciate them all. I love every single one of them, even the ones that can't do it very well. So I'm going to let logic prevail. That's it. All I'm going to be basing all the information in this video off is logic, yeah. So there's certain things we know that are going to be the meta in TBC. There's certain things we know can't be obtained in TBC and can only be obtained in Classic or Classic zones. So they're the main things that I'm going to focus on this video because they are sure bets. You know, if you're not a betting man, you can have a bet on this and you won't lose because it's impossible to lose because the requirement for some of these things is going to be huge. Okay, you're probably sat there thinking, well, why should I listen to you? You've already just said everyone else is wrong and you're right. Don't listen to me. I'm only joking. It's my sarcastic nature. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anyone. You know, go out and research these things yourself. You know, feel free to look up absolutely everything that I say in this video and make sure it's accurate. You know, that's what I would do. I wouldn't, if I was going to invest thousands of gold into getting ready for TBC, I certainly wouldn't take some fat English morons sort of words of wisdom at face value. I would look it up myself. So that's what you should be doing. So I've already explained how I got to the conclusion of the items we're going to talk about. Now, before you get too bored and just disappear, let's actually get onto the items. So there's certain professions that are going to be wanted more than anything, and there's certain professions that we're hoping, when I say we, as in if you're looking at trying to make some gold, you want to hope that people don't get prepared now. You know, they get so carried away with knacks and everything else and then the pre-patch and all of that, and then professions are an afterthought, and then obviously once they're in TBC, it's too late. Oh no, you know, you've missed the boat. But you know, if you watch this channel, that leatherworking is basically going to be everywhere. You can more or less say that I'd say 60% is a safe number. 60% of people that raid will be leatherworking. So what does that mean? That means start investing in leather, particularly the high level stuff. So, you know, your rugged leather, even thick leather, to be fair, and the hides. Just go on anywhere, you know, like Wowhead or whatever, MMO Champion. Well, MMO Champion would probably be a bad shout, but something like Wowhead, and look at a leatherworking guide, look at the exact materials that you need, and maybe stock up a full 1 to 300 set of leather, and then you're probably going to want to do that multiple times, if you know what I mean, as in you're going to want a lot more than that, or just focus on the high level leather, whatever. The point is, this leather is going to be expensive. Maybe not right at the start. You know, all of this stuff I would say save for a few weeks. You know, let everybody who's doing exactly the same thing saturate the market and all theirs goes, and then all of a sudden we've got a bit of a shortage. I mean, another thing to take into account, which no one else talks about, again, is yes, this is brilliant, you know, as in it's going to work. You are going to make a fortune. You're going to make a killing on this leather. But there are potentially going to be shamans and paladins running around leveling. They're probably going to get skin in as well. So again, it's maybe not right away, not in the rush straight at the beginning. You know, keep hold of them for a few weeks, get yourself to 70, you know, and then start maybe slowly putting them on, keeping an eye on your auction house, get rid of it all. But you know, that would be my advice. But the things that people are going to miss, and I think a lot of people are going to miss, I'll put it on the screen here. So the leatherworking specializations. Now, no one's going to be able to. Anyone who goes leatherworking that can actually wear leather or mail are obviously going to specialize in whatever they want to make some epics. So feral druids, rogues, enhancement shamans, LE shamans not so much. Their gear's pretty pants actually, but hunters, you know, they're going to make this gear, so they're going to need the mats to do the specializations as well. And I think these are where you will make the most money. These are the ones I'd stock up on, like big time stock up on. So I mean, just look at the like tough scorpion breastplate. Okay, so you're going to need worn dragon scales. That's for the second part of the quest, so this is for the dragon scale leatherworking. But you're going to need tough scorpion breastplates and gloves for dragon scale, so you're going to want tough scorpion scales, for example. Then you're going to want worn dragon scales. They're going to sell really well, you know, these things. And then for the, you know, for the other specializations, you know, globes of water, hearts of fire, core of earth, breath of wind, those 2 of each. So there you go, something else that you can go and farm so easy now. You probably vendor these, and realistically you probably really are vendoring this stuff every day. Don't vendor it, because these things will cost. No one's going to want to go back to all these crap zones to farm stuff, you know, other than people that are leveling. And there's going to be that weird period in time where the amount of people leveling in classic, like as in, you know, the vanilla zones, is going to be so low. Like, you'll be lucky if you see people. Other than, you know, returning players, maybe Draenei and blood elves, yes, absolutely, but it's still, the numbers are going to be massively reduced because everyone's going to be in Outland, so access to these materials is going to be massively reduced. So globes of water, hearts of fire, cores of earth, breath of wind, and then turtle scales and wildvine. Now these are so easy to farm right now. You could stock up loads and loads of them, and trust me, they're an absolute pain in the arse to go back and get. Trust me, I went and farmed these not that long ago for my boomkin, and it's awful. The whole quest line for this particular specialisation in leatherworking is awful. But obviously this video, we're not here to talk about what you can make with each specialisation. I'm just, you know, these are the sort of things that you need to be thinking about. You know, not just leather. Don't just go to the auction house and buy out all the leather. You know, think more than that. Think specialisations. Pick some of this stuff now. Go to the auction house right now. As soon as you watch this video, some of it will be coppers, silvers, you know, low silvers. Just buy it all and send it to an alt, and mark my words, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe up to 8 weeks after the launch of the TBC servers, this stuff will go up tenfold. Seriously, you know, I've got faith in this. Because I've seen the cost of it on private servers now. You know, private servers are a little bit different, but, you know, people still are leveling, albeit faster. But no one still wants to go back to classic zones because they just want to be in, you know, TBC zones, sat in Shatraf, showing off their big dick weapons and stuff. So, you know, think about leatherworking. Now, this is the bit I don't agree with completely. Now, when I say I don't agree with completely, I've heard so many people say, get loads of ore, all types of ore, buy it all out now. You know, because when Prospect comes in for Jewelcrafting, which, just in case you don't know, check out my Jewelcrafting video. You can check out my leatherworking video as well. I'll put links in the description. So, you can prospect, so you can destroy essentially 5 ores at a chance to getting gems and stuff out of them. You know, that's the point. No one's going to be prospecting ore. Okay, so any videos you watch or any advice you read like this, don't waste your gold on ore, because people are going to buy the raw gems that they need to max their jewel crafting. So buy raw gems such as Tiger's Eye, Malachite, Aquamarine, all of your star rubies, you know, all of those green gems. Okay, like just stock up on those. Again, check Wowhead, check whatever, TBCDB, check somewhere to see the exact mats that are required to max Jewelcrafting. Legacy WoW is a good site. Check there, look at the mats required, buy all those green gems now, stack up on them. Again, they will sell massively, because Jewelcrafting and enchanting are pretty much, if we're talking specifically arenas, they're like the 2 best professions, okay, for absolute die-hard arena players. because you get the big gems when the big gems are available, and you get a ringing chance for +4 stats. Big advantage, okay? Enchanting mats, I wouldn't say stock up on them massively. You know, again, this is something that I've seen people saying, you know, oh, enchanting mats will be going for loads. I think the high stuff will, eventually. But you got to remember, right away, because everyone's just gone from level 60, because that's how I think the server's going to go, it's going to be saturated. You know, you're going to have thousands of enchanters all sat on loads and loads of, you know, 55 plus Eternals and dust. It's not going to sell for nothing. I mean, I wouldn't even bother investing in that unless you're going to wait a few months, maybe 4 or 5 months. Just, again, think logically. Think about the amount of this stuff that's in circulation now, and most of it's going to be rendered useless when everyone's in best knacks. Then it's just a case of it's just going to build up and up and up and up, and it's not going to be used. Maybe invest a little bit in some enchanting mats. You know, maybe a few stacks of dust. Of each type of dust, you'll probably make a profit on it, but I wouldn't go mad with it, even though it is a, you know, BIS profession for a PvPer. Jewel crafting, on the other hand, because it's new, loads of people are going to want to go jewel crafting. You know, these socials and people who are not like hardcore raiders and are not going to be going blacksmithing, leatherworking, or tailoring, leatherworking. You know, you're going to get a lot of people that will go jewel crafting just because it's new, which is fair enough. So that, you know, it will make a lot of gold, but please, for Christ's sake, don't buy ore. The ore's not going to sell for anything. Buy the bars. Look at what's needed. Bars and the green gems, and then, you know, other random bits that you need for it. Just pick loads of that stuff up to max jewel crafting. You might want to pick the mats up to max it yourself, but if we are talking specifically making gold, if you're starting to get bored, make sure you stick around, because this is only profession bits. There's a couple of other bits that I want to talk about you probably don't know about, or skip forward in the video if you're bored of the professions bit already. So going back to bars, the reason they'll sell really well opposed to ore is because of blacksmithing. So you've got enhancement shamans, warriors, rep paladins, you know, all going to be going blacksmithing to make their like stun herald and their big weapons, you know. So bars are going to sell well because there'll be loads of people, like probably all the warriors at the moment will be like maybe mining engineering, or I don't know, engineering enchanting, or whatever they are, you know, irrelevant. But a lot of people will start picking up blacksmith. My only worry is you're going to have to keep an eye on the market, because you want to keep an eye on it all the way through the pre-patch, or maybe even a couple of weeks before pre-patch, to see if those items start creeping up now, because everyone's maxing it before TBC launches. Either way, it's either a good investment for the end of Phase 6 or a great investment if you're willing to wait in TBC. That's the profession stuff out of the way. Leatherworking, jewel crafting mats, blacksmithing mats, enchanting mats if you're willing to take a risk. Now the stuff that's not profession related. Dark runes. If you can maybe solo farm to get them, I think they've taken a bit of a nerf from what I hear on the stream, and that they're mainly off bosses now. As I say, I've only just come back to Classic, so don't really know 100%. But if you can stack up on them or buy them off the auction house or whatever, they're going to quadruple in price, more or less, the day TBC hits, because there is nothing better than them. You know, they still are the only mana for life item that you can use in raids. Boomkins are going to want them. Elemental Shamans are going to want them. To be honest with you, every healer's going to want them. They are going to be expensive. And again, at the moment in Classic, you can go Felwood, farm your demonic runes, or DM, or, you know, wherever you want to go and get them. No one's going to be bothered to go back there. They're just going to buy dark runes that people go and farm. So the people who farm those dark runes are going to make some serious moolah. Might as well be you. You might as well grab loads of them now. Stock them all up in your bank. Trust me, you will cash in on them very quickly. The first guilds clearing Karazhan, if they haven't already stocked up on them themselves, they will be buying the auction house out, because I have a feeling they're going to need them, even in, you know, full tier 3, which is interesting. It's a video that I'm going to put out soon, because I've seen a lot of videos about people saying, you know, you don't need pre-raid BIS in Karazhan or anything like that if you've got tier 3 and, you know, full phase 6 BIS from Nax. It's rubbish. Honestly, there's some good bits, don't get me wrong. Some items you're going to take, but I started looking at it for the Druid and I got bored, because I was like, I'd replace it all for blues, or full BIS. Full BIS, phase 6, Druid, I would replace every single item. I'm not saying every item needs replacing, but me personally, if I want to go into Karazhan in my pre-raid BIS, everything from phase 6 is going to be replaced. What else is good to buy? Brilliant Wizard Oil. Now, there is a new one that comes out, Superior Wizard Oil, but arguably Brilliant Wizard Oil is actually still better. And mats might be a little bit more expensive, you know, especially when we're in TBC. Superior Wizard Oil, you know, again, probably not going to be quite as expensive to make in TBC. Ultimately, it's going to come down to your stat weights, you know, if how much spell power is worth versus crit, which, you know, each class is going to vary there anyway. The point is, people will buy them. You know, the people who want crit, like Boomkins, Elemental Shamans, they will be buying Brilliant Wizard Oil over Superior Wizard Oil, even if it's double the price, because I would. And then the only watch out, so we're pretty much at the end now. I mean, FAPs, so free action potions, they're still really useful. Tanks are going to want them. Melee DPS are going to want them. You know, they're PvP, obviously, in Battlegrounds, still useful, but they are, yeah, they're worth using. A watch out around it is if you start stacking up FAPs and then you think you're going to stack up lips as well, so limited invulnerability potions, don't, because they change in the pre-patch. So FAPs remain exactly the same, but lips turn into just a physical damage reduction rather than physical damage immunity. So yeah, just in case you're thinking you'll stack up on both of those, they're going to sell really well. FAPs will, lips won't. And to be fair, that's about it really. That was all I wanted to talk to you about. They're the things that you want to focus on, stocking up on bank characters, alts, whatever you want to call them, and just save them, but just don't list them straight away, and do keep an eye on the market in the weeks, month and a half leading up to TBC to make sure everybody's not jumping on the quick let's change our professions bandwagon now, which I will be, because if they are, you'll see a spike in the market. You might want to get rid of them then, or you might want to save them until everything dries up in TBC, which I don't think would take long, and then sell them then, you know, entirely up to you. But these are the things that are going to start making some serious money towards the end of Phase 6, beginning of TBC. Hope you liked the video. If you stuck around to the end, thank you very much. Make sure you like, subscribe. As I say, we've already plugged the giveaway and all that, and you know I stream over on Twitch, link in the description below. Hopefully I'll see you over there soon for a 20-foot, well, we're doing basically a full weekend mashup. So I'll stream with another guy, Loader 1990, and Friday, Saturday, we're just going to be copious amounts of alcohol and karaoke, and probably a little bit of WoW. So hopefully see you there. Take it easy.